How's it going? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Whenever I get on a YouTube live, it takes like a while for people to come in. Man, it covers up the spot where I see the amount of people in the room. Oh, fudge. Be still, phone. Be still. I guess nobody wants to come hang out with Tabby today. Hello, person. Welcome in. How you doing today? How's it going? How you feeling? They came in and they said nope. Hello, hello, hello. Hello out there. This may be a short YouTube live. This may be a very short YouTube live. We're going on 4 minutes. Nobody in the room. Oh, yo. Do me a favor and see if you can go on my live. But just go and see if you can see it. Dang. Man, I wonder if they're not pushing it out because of the connection. It's not all that great. No, it's just on TikTok they push it out a little bit more. Hello, how you doing today? How's it going? Good morning, good afternoon. But on YouTube, you can't see the people in the room. Yeah, I'm gonna try for 5 minutes, 5 more minutes, and if nobody comes in, I'll log off. Been 6 minutes. Still nothing. Marcus, how you doing? Veronica, how's it going? Welcome in, guys. How y'all doing today? Oh, it's because it's raining outside, Marcus. That's why I'm inside. Otherwise, I'd be outside. No, it's raining. I want to be outside, but it's cold and it's wet. How y'all doing today? Yeah, that's the only reason. I don't know. I was on a TikTok live and my reception, it was kind of laggy. I don't know if it's the same over here. Y'all let me know how the how if it's glitchy or if there's a lag. You just woke up? What you got planned today? Veronica, how you doing? Okay, left my old job that I love to be at home with my youngest daughter. I cried a few times. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry. So, are you at home now, or your previous job you were at home? Welcome in, everyone. How's everybody doing today? I'm not outside just because it was raining. It stopped raining, but it's still pretty wet outside. How y'all feeling today? Happy Saturday. Hopefully the connection is okay. Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Saturday, right? It's good. Yeah, I was on TikTok and it was like a lag. So I woke up early because my daughter had a soccer game, but they canceled it because of the rain. My previous job, I worked at a school, very fulfilling but low pay, but now working from home will be finishing. Oh, well, I'm glad that you get to be at home, but I can understand you being sad because you enjoyed that job. But I'm happy to hear you get to be at home. Welcome in, everyone. If you're new here, which you might be new, because I'm new here, let me know where you're tuning in from. How's your day going? How's your morning going? I didn't know that you worked at a school. The 5 people watching, that's okay. So what I didn't know that I've learned since coming on YouTube Live is that you can't see everybody that's in the room, but on TikTok it lets you know when people come in the room. You can see when they come in, and even if they don't, comment, you can still see them there. YouTube, I guess, protect people privacy, so not unless they comment. From Houston. Yeah, so over on TikTok, I have a following. You know, I got quite a few followers, and I go on live twice a day. So I'm trying to come on live every day over here, um, but it's just been a bit slow. You know, nobody nobody knows Tabby over here, so I'm gonna keep at it. I'm gonna come on live every day over here, even if it's just for a little bit. I mean, I like talking with new people. I like meeting new people, so it's fun. But yesterday was kind of a bit rough. You know, I had some interesting people in the room, but that just comes with coming on live. But for the most part, it's been fun. So I've been streaming, going live on TikTok for almost a year. In about a week and a half, it'll be a full year that I go live over there every day. But I've enjoyed it. All right, Marcus, I see you. I hope you have a good day. Um, Usually around maybe 12:30. Usually around 12:30 or 1. Because I go live in the afternoon on TikTok around 11. So it just kind of depends on what time I get off over there. And then I charge my phone up for a bit. But yeah, I don't know how the notifications work over here. TikTok, the notifications aren't that great. Like a lot of my followers complain that they don't get notified when I go live, but I don't know if it's better here. My hair routine. So maybe for the past month and a half, I've been like wearing my hair semi straight. So I am putting heat on it. I just low heat. Like I have the I think is it wavy talk, the little straightening brush, but I use it on like the lowest heat setting. I think it's like maybe 320, something like that. Um, and I just wash my hair and I, run the brush through it. But for a long time I was doing water only routine, but since I am putting heat on it, I do have to, you know, use something to because I started back. I use like a hair serum and it has silicone in it, so I need like sulfates to remove that silicone. But I just nothing in particular. I did start when I implemented heat back into my, styling. I do Olaplex treatments to help protect my hair. How you doing, 13? Welcome in. So, but I just use like Dove shampoo, conditioner. They have a hair mask. When I wear my hair like this, I don't wash my hair as frequently as I normally would. So like twice a week. If I'm going to be lazy, once a week. But I do Olaplex treatment when before I wash my hair. But nothing in particular. But this is just something new. I started maybe a month and a half ago. Before I hadn't put heat on my hair in I don't know how many years. A very long time. At least 15 years. Longer than that, I'm sure. How you doing, 13? How's the connection looking like, guys? 13, is the connection better over here, or is it lagging over here too? Oh, thank you. Power wash. Oh, I guess y'all don't got no. Y'all didn't get any rain down there. Connection seems way better here. I wonder why that is. It's not lagging or glitching over here. About to go power wash. Thank you, Veronica. Thank you for the compliment. Yeah, it's just because I've been uh wearing it semi straight, like putting low heat on it. But for me, it's easier to wear it this way. I don't get have to deal with this, like the detangling process is not as is bad as it is when I wear it, curly. No lag at all. Wow, that's so strange. I wonder why that is. Brent, do you know why that is? I'm still in the same spot as I was earlier when I was on TikTok. Why is it no lag? Why is it like that? Hmm. Yeah, that is very strange. The live, has there been any like lag or anything like that? Any glitching? I can see how many people in here. At the top it says 6, but I just can't see who's. I don't think you can see who's in here unless they comment. Yeah, I looked it up and I also asked a friend about that. Like if you could see the people in the room, but they do it to. They don't show. It's not like TikTok because they want to protect people's privacy. But I wonder why there's not a lag. Why on TikTok there is, but not over here? That's so strange. That's weird. That's very weird. 13, how's Bria doing today? How's the work going for her? See, like earlier when I was on TikTok, I was at 4G. Right now I have 5G UC. I wonder what the issue is. Why is it like that? Went out with her cousin last night. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. That's so strange to me. Like I'm in the same spot. I didn't move or anything, but why is it better over here? I have two. Veronica, I have a cat named Ilse. She's over there. She's in the other loft. She's sleeping, and she'll be 5 this month. I got her from a shelter, and then I have a dog named Marnie, like Barney, but Iemarnie, and I got her from a Walmart parking lot. Walmart Starbucks parking lot. She's little. She's a year and a half now. But yeah, there's just those two. I want to get more animals, but I want to get a donkey. That's my plan, to get a donkey, baby donkey. You have any pets, Veronica? 13, you don't have any pets, right? I don't think I ever asked you that. But you don't, you and Bria, do y'all have any pets? At the moment, no. Are you a dog person, cat person, 13, or just you like animals? No pets, I'm waiting too. I don't feel as busy. Thank you, Jedediah. I appreciate that. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for that. You love a few dogs. So for the longest, I didn't have any. We didn't have dogs because Yaya, she likes cats. And then when we got Marnie, um, I realized how I became used to having cats. You will love a few dogs. I've had dogs, cats, bird, fish, a ferret, and a snake. What kind of snake did you have? You want a snake, Yo-Yo? Man, you've had them all, 13. I like birds, and I like cats, dogs. How is it having a ferret and a snake? Oh, you have 4 kids. What are their ages, Veronica? Small boy. Umberto, how you doing? Welcome in. How's it going? How you feeling today? Small boy. What was it? What was your snake's name, 13? When I was little, I was a kid, I asked my mom if I could have a snake, and she's like, absolutely not. The ferret was cool by the smell. Xavier, 12, 10, 7, 4. Oh. Veronica, my youngest daughter, she's going to turn 12 tomorrow. Her birthday is tomorrow. Brandon said the fairy was cool. I wonder, what did it smell like? Like, are they messy? How you doing, Umberto? How's your weekend going? Thank you, Veronica. Yo-Yo, my friend, said happy birthday. She said thank you. Yeah, she turned 12 tomorrow. The time goes by so quickly. It's kind of hard to believe she's 12. And then my oldest, Yaya, the one that's on all the YouTube videos, she turned 18 last September. That was really, really hard for me to believe. I'm like, man, I got an adult child. So my neighbor, she has a bunch of animals. She has a donkey. She has chickens, ducks, goats. She had a pig, but the pig passed away. But she says that because I get duck eggs from her, she said that the ducks are very messy and that they kind of smell. But you have to have. Mm, is it frozen on your end, Veronica? Anybody in the room? Is it frozen for you too? No, not frozen. It's back. Yeah, my neighbor, she says with the ducks, they need like water, but they're constantly in and out of the water, so it gets kind of messy. Welcome in, everyone. 7 people in the room. How's it going? How you doing today? Happy Saturday. Good morning. I don't know. I really like having birds, but I can't have birds out here because of the larger birds. Like we have owls and hawks. We did have an eagle in the area one time. I have a little parrot, pretty little parrot, and then mess around. I let it outside and I won't see it anymore. What's you laughing at? Y'all hear Yo-Yo down there giggling, snickering? What's funny? But yeah, I really like having birds. I grew up with birds. My mom's a big fan of birds. I grew up with a Quaker parrot. His name was Petey. And I like, birds are cool. They're cool. Their mental capacity is like, they're very intelligent. Especially like the larger birds. Like the cockatoos, the big white ones. The African gray. The macaws, they're very smart. And a lot of times people, they get them and they don't realize just how much interaction they need. And they put them in cages and like the birds will start plucking their feathers because it's like they're bored or in distress. 7 cats, 6 dogs, 8 snakes, rabbits. What's a tegu? Guinea pigs, ferrets, birds, turtles, fishes, frogs, rats. Wow, you got a whole zoo over there. You got a whole zoo. What's a tegu? I don't think I've heard of that. Tegu. Is it a lizard? That's a big lizard. That's a very big lizard. Large, intelligent, omnivorous lizard native to South America. Jedediah, where are you located? It says white tegus can be docile when they're young. They can become aggressive and difficult to handle as they mature. Oh. It said why you should, Jacksonville Zoo, why you shouldn't have a pet tegu. I think that's my first time ever hearing about that lizard. But it looks very large. I'm looking at the picture. It looks large. Tegu. Oh, that's right. You told me Maryland. You have all that up there in Maryland? You say, yeah. I like animals. I really like animals. I really want a donkey. I want a donkey and maybe a few sheep. You have a big family? Maybe a few sheep. A bunch of black cats. That's my dream. Live up on a mountain and have just like rescue a bunch of black cats. Either black cats and black dogs are, the less likely to be adopted when they're in the shelter. So just rescue a bunch of black cats. Live up on a mountain. That's the dream. How many siblings do you have? You say you have a big family? 10? You got 10 siblings? To me, that's big. 10 siblings. You got more than 10 siblings? Can y'all hear the crows from outside? I have my windows open. They're cawing. Six brothers and eight sisters. Wow, that's quite a bit. So it's 15 of you guys. Where are you? Are you like somewhere you in between? Are you one of the oldest? Are you one of the youngest? That's a lot of siblings. Six brothers, eight sisters. So it's seven boys and eight girls. So I grew up with someone, and she has, I want to say 12. All live together, mom and dad. Wow. I bet you guys are a big help. Um, so I grew up with someone, she has 12 kids. And I asked her because she has them in sports and stuff. And I asked her, how did she, you know, it's a lot of them. Some of them are like, teenagers. Some of them are, they just all stair step in age. I said, how do you handle it all? And she said, well, the older ones help out with the little ones. And I was like, oh, there. You were all homeschooled? Wow. That's interesting. So I homeschool my two daughters. But that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a whole soccer team. That's a lot, man. But I bet you guys are of great help to your parents. That's wonderful though. That is cool. I have an older sister. I'm the youngest. And then my parents, they divorced when I was pretty young. Oh, the youngest is 11, the oldest is 37. Before homeschool up until this year. Yeah, my parents divorced when I was quite young, and so my dad, I have siblings, other siblings that we share the same dad, and but that's a lot. I couldn't imagine having so many siblings. But I bet you it's fun. Like there's never a dull moment with all those personalities and stuff. I bet you it's like fun. Jedediah is like all your siblings. They get along and y'all have good relationship with each other. Carlo, welcome in. How you doing? Good evening to you. Well, it's morning over here, but good evening to you. Do I aspire to be married? Not so much, Veronica. If that's what God has for me, I would be grateful. But that's not like my goal or anything. I'm just enjoying life where I'm at right now. If it happens one day, I will be happy. But if not, I will be still happy. Yeah. I just want whatever God. I do believe that marriage is a calling. Some people are called to marriage. I think it's a ministry because it's a big sacrifice. Some people are called to marriage. Some people are called to be single. I think both has its both are a blessing, and both can be difficult. Both can be hard. It's just you choose your hard. But whatever God has for me, I will be grateful. I really love my family. We eat together, sing together, play together. Oh, that's wonderful. That is very wonderful. I like that, Jedediah. That's good. Eat together, sing together, play together, work together, and pray together. Do you all have like a family business, Jedediah? That's a blessing. You have a big family like that, y'all can run a business, correct? That's cool. Do y'all um do farming, or is it anything with the animals? What kind of business is it, if you don't mind me asking? I'm very intrigued now. How you doing, physics bro? So Brent 13 said that the connection is a bit better over here, which I don't understand because I'm in the same spot. But he said it was better over here. How you doing, physics bro? How is Miss Valerie doing? Yeah, I'm gonna look that up when I get off the live because I wonder why is a difference. Our family business name is Blessed Hand. Oh, it seems to be no glitching. See, that's weird. Like, I wonder why that is. I'm in the same spot, but no glitching. One person said there was like one pause earlier, but I wonder why that is. Does it have has to have something to do with the actual app, right? That's weird. Very smooth so far. Hmm, that's interesting. I wonder why is that way. Maybe TikTok is a problem. TikTok is a problem. The sun is finally starting to come out a little bit. Maybe it'll warm up. It was a bit chilly earlier. It's in the 50s. Let's see. It is 55 degrees right now. Feels like 51. Man, we're supposed to get rain all day. 12 p.m., 100%. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe just stopping for. Yeah, I'm thinking that it must be it. So there must be TikTok. So lately, physics, bro, I like if I'm editing a video over there, I write 13. I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you for coming in. I'll see you. Lately, when I'm on TikTok and I'm like editing a video, it'll just kick me off and I lose all my progress. Or when I'm on, even when I'm on the live, it'll say unstable connection. Even when I'm on Wi-Fi, I see that it's a good connection. It just says unstable connection, and then it'll kick me off and it'll say that the app has a bug. So I don't know. I uninstall it, reinstall it, and still the same thing. There have been so many times when I upload a video and then I'm editing it and TikTok kicks me off. So that all that time I put into editing that video is just like lost. Oh, your Jackery is supposed to come today? Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew what you were saying, your Jackery. I hope you like it. I really, really enjoy mine. I had it out yesterday, um, charging it with the panels. It's very, very cool. I mainly use it outside. I mainly use it when I'm doing laundry because I have a tiny little washing machine. So I just connect it outside and I just do laundry outside. And it runs it with no problem. We do plumbing, electricity, landscaping, and home renovation, home cleaning, build sheds, decks, painting, design. Oh, that's cool. Man. Is that something that your parents like um Did they start the business, or did they you have other family members besides you and your siblings? Right now, I'm just planning to use it for emergencies. That's cool. Yeah, it is very nice to have. The panels that I got for it, it charges it up nicely. And you can see it shows you on the Jackery on the screen the input and the output, like how much the it's being used and how many watts are coming in from the solar panels. Like yesterday I had it out there and I was paying attention to it. When it would get cloudy, the numbers would go down. When the sun would come back up. Yeah. Yeah, so when I had just got the tiny house and I went to a mall in Dallas, and they had Tesla there, and they were like doing demonstration for like solar powers and the battery and stuff like that, and the whole setup. And I asked the person, I was like, I just got a tiny house, I'm running solar, and I was just talking to them about my setup, and I said, is it worth it to get Tesla? Like, is it superior? And they kind of pulled me to the side, and they're just like, off the record, like with Tesla, you're just paying for the name. And they're like, your setup sounds pretty good. So just like, if you want it, I'll sell it. You can get it. But really, it's just the name. But it's very, very it's expensive. It's really expensive. But I mean, some people, they want that name. They like that name. So the batteries for my house is the 12-volt batteries is Battleborn. That's kind of like well known brand in for solar. They're made in Nevada, but they work very good. But I think too, it's just like the name that you're paying for. The name. I think on the next time around, I'll go with something much cheaper, because although it's made in America, the components and stuff is still probably coming from China somewhere else. So it's like if the parts, is it really made in America? If the parts is coming from China, but they're just assembling, they're putting it together, is it really made made in America? Yes, they started their business and they taught us while we were young, and now we can help build on what God bless us with. That's wonderful, Jedediah. I really like that. That is very cool. That's wonderful. There are similar companies that make house batteries like the Power Wall. They only cost, wow, they're probably just as good. Yeah. A lot of the times you are paying just for the name. Some people want that. Some people, they want to be able to say, oh, I have Tesla this, Tesla that. But other people, they're just trying to get the most for their dollar. I think majority of the people are just trying to get the most for their dollar. The Trump administration took away the tax advantage of getting such a system. That sucks. Some days ago, I was on someone else's live. Oh, I was on someone else's live. He comes in my live sometimes. His name is Janis. He's from Latvia, and he was saying I had a lot of questions about my solar and stuff, and he said in his country, in like Europe, even if they have solar, they still have to pay. They have to pay like an energy tax or something like that, like an eco tax. And he was like, with your solar, do you still have to pay a bill? I was like, no, I don't have to pay a bill. I don't have an electricity bill. Initially this setup is kind of costly, but I don't pay a bill, Like I do upgrades, or if something breaks or I need a new battery, I buy that, but I don't have to pay a monthly bill. And he's like, wow. He but I didn't know that even with having solar. But where he is in Latvia, he said there are some, like during the winter seasons, there are some months where they don't get a whole lot of many hours of sunlight. So he would still have to be connected to the grid. And I told him in Texas, like where I am, even in the wintertime, we get plenty of sun. So it makes sense for me to go off of solar. Initially, I wanted to have a windmill too, just like when there's not sun, like if there's a storm, I could be generating power with the windmill. But I don't know why they decided not to do it when they installed the system, the solar in my tiny house. But it's something that I've thought about still, like implementing. Yeah, the farther north you go, the less sun you get. Yeah, I thought about that. Like if I were to go somewhere far north, I'm like, I don't think I could. I'd have to like really beef up my system or do wind power or something else too, because the solar wouldn't be enough. But down here in Texas, like my setup is very simple, and I'm able to get by. Thank you, Jedediah. Blessings to you. I appreciate you chatting with me, coming in and chatting with me. I hope you have a blessed day. Blessings to you and your family. Even if you went to Maine or the state of Washington, you still have plenty. You think so? So, physics, bro, when I was in Washington last year, it was very, very rainy. Very rainy. Like it was gray a good amount of the time. I went in May, yeah, middle of May, and it was very, very rainy. It rained majority of the time. I hiked Mount Rainier, it's raining. Then when I got to the top, it snowed. I was very happy about that. I was so happy about that. But yeah, it was very rainy, cloudy. But I liked it. I liked the rain. But I really wanna visit Maine. That's on my list. Your solar would be just fine. Even in the state of Washington, they might get 20% more rain than I do. See, I like the rain because that's what I use for the water. If I'm in the area, Texas gets a good amount of rain. Sometimes in the summertime, my water tank can dip down to maybe like halfway, but we get enough rain for it to stay pretty. I have water all the time. I've never been without water. My almost 11 years of being here, I've never been without water. But if I was in an area like that, like Washington, where you get good amount of raining all the time, I could have a large water tank. Take longer showers. I call them Hollywood showers. Like when you get in and you just hanging out, you singing and having a good time. We call those Hollywood showers. Do you guys get quite a bit of rain in New Jersey? Would you say your life is a quiet life compared to before? Yeah, it definitely is. I think so. Before I was in the city and I was much more busy. I had a business at one point and I was just constantly busy. I feel like the time moves much slower now, you know. It has sped up a little bit with me being on, social media and live streaming, but it's still pretty quiet. I don't interact with that many people in real life. Like, I mean, I do now since I do live streaming, but before there were like sometimes I would go weeks at a time, a couple weeks at a time, and I wouldn't really have much interaction with people, so it's very quiet. This year round we don't have dog conditions. You do have drought conditions at times, but it doesn't last long. No, because I still go to church. I don't always go because it is quite far. That's like from where I am to where my home church is. That's a round trip. That's like 160 miles. I think at least. Um, but not really because I do have neighbors that I talk to and I hang out with, and also I stream every day. I'm on TikTok live twice a day, and I have friends and people that I talk to. I don't think people often ask, "Am I? Do I ever get lonely?" I don't ever get lonely, but I'm also a person. I do enjoy my own company, and I just don't feel. I don't ever feel lonely. There are times when I want to be around, people, and I go. I'm around my family or I hang out, with like friends and stuff. But I don't. I do. I feel like I have community. I'm not, so I live in a rural area, but I'm not as remote as I would like to be. I would like to be even more remote, but I didn't want to, because when I got the tiny house, Yaya was 6, Yo Yo she had just turned 1, and I didn't want to completely remove them from, society. I like now Yo Yo, she does soccer, and kids, they need to socialize, they need to be around other kids and stuff like that. But now that they're older and I am looking for land, I do want to be a bit farther out. My life was more quiet. I always been my goal, but my life gets busy every year. It's been my goal for years. Married to a pastor, which makes, oh yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, yeah. Maybe, as your little ones get older, maybe it'll get more quieter, you know. When you have kids, they fill up your schedule, especially if they're in activities and stuff. Even if they're not in extracurricular activities, just, it's more people, and but enjoy the time, and enjoy it being your time being full right now, and just try to make time for yourself. Try to take out quiet time when you can, but it'll change as they get older. Which two states apart from Texas? Because Texas is one of those states where you can live off grid pretty much without any issues. Tennessee and Arkansas, Tennessee, Arkansas, Washington, and Maine. Those four. Tennessee probably comes right after Texas. Arkansas, Maine, and Washington. Alaska, those places like that. Everywhere else kind of has the codes is a little bit tricky. You have to be careful. I like Maine, like from what I've seen. I have a friend that's from there, and he was living off grid. Um, but he's an older gentleman now. He has since changed his living situation. I really want to go to Maine, but it's cold up there. I've heard that the winters are tough. So I would like to go up there and see, experience for myself. But they have a lot of land, beautiful land in Maine. But I would like to go see for myself. But yeah, Tennessee, Arkansas. I do like snow. I would like to be someplace that does get snow. Tennessee gets a little bit of snow, not a whole lot. and the summers aren't as tough as it is in Texas. One of the reasons why I want to get away from Texas is just the summertime, the heat. I love to be outside. I love to be outside all the time, and just in the summertime it's just tough here in Texas. Maine is heavily wooded, very heavily wooded. Um, but I would like to go. They say when you're looking for land, make sure you visit all four seasons to see, or the extreme seasons like Maine. I would need to go in the wintertime to see how it is, if I can handle the cold. But so I have a neighbor. She's on the other side. She has a tiny house. She came from Alaska, and she said that it is very cold there. They do have to deal with snow. She said she got tired of dealing with the snow, but she said that the cold here is different than the cold in Alaska. And she said because there's, that it's cold up there, but you don't feel it as much. And she said that here, maybe because there is so humid, so there's moisture in the air and it makes it colder. Live in the very northern part of the state of Maine. Would you like me to put you? Oh, sure. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I would like that. If you are comfortable with that, if she's comfortable with that, I would like that. Yeah, when I went up to Washington, I wanted to go to Canada, at least to say I've been, but I didn't. In the winter. Yeah, I would like to go visit Maine. Last year when I decided to go to Washington, it was either uh, Maine or Washington. I had been wanting to go to Washington for a very long time. So before I got the tiny house, I think Yaya was like maybe 4. So maybe a couple years before I got a tiny house, somebody had posted, they lived up in the mountains somewhere in Washington, and they had a house up there, a small house. It wasn't a tiny house, but it was small. And they were selling it, and I wanted it so bad, but I had just found out about that way of living, and it was in a very remote location. And I was like, I want to, but I was a bit hesitant because I was new to that lifestyle. And I was like, oh. But after that, when I realized that that's the way I wanted to live, somebody had bought it. And I was like, man, I wish I would just went ahead and did it. And so since then, I have been wanting to go to Washington without giving your email address on this site. Okay, okay, physics bro. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you. But yeah, I want to try to go to Maine this year if I can. Those are 3 places I definitely want to visit here is Maine and Alaska. Maine and Alaska. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna head out. I need to go by the store, run a few errands, take advantage of the no soccer game today, and it's supposed to really start picking up with the rain here in a bit, so maybe I can go out before it starts raining again. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me today. I enjoyed it. uh I will be back on live sometime tomorrow. I thought about coming on live here at night. Maybe I'll do that tonight at some time, but I hope y'all have a blessed day. Thank you, Physics Bro. I appreciate you. Thank you, Veronica. Thank you, everybody else that's here. I hope y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. I send y'all my love. See you. Oh, that's good. See, I'm gonna look that up, Fizzy Bro. I don't know why that's the case. That has to be TikTok app. All right, Veronica. Blessings to you. I'll see you guys. Thank y'all.